All right, hey guys.
Okay.
Here from the NIU booth. Let me give you a quick of a rundown of our product line for the Romanian market. So the first entry model that we have is the U Pro. The U Pro is, let's say, our cheapest entry market model. It's 1,799 euro, including the VAT. It's a small bike. It's a small form factor. The basket that you can see is an accessory. It's optional, so basically it comes without that. And the idea is it's for a quick urban ride. It's a very nice form factor to get around the city. Comes in very nice, vibrant colors. We have it also in turquoise, in black, in red, and also in white. Some of the features of the U Pro was pretty nice. It's a contactless driving experience, so you have an on-off button down there. You only need to wear the keys, but you don't need to put them in the ignition. And you have all your information on the dashboard, which you can see here. So this signal is for satellite positioning, GPS, and this is for the LTE signal. It's a smart scooter, like all of our NIU scooters. It's a smart scooter. That means it's connected. It has an ECU cloud unit component that constantly sends data towards the cloud for you to see. So basically it's for your own purpose. It's for protection. It's for anti-theft. You get push notifications if someone moves your scooter. You also see ride statistics and additional information about your battery health, etc., etc. So the U Pro, it comes with a Bosch engine that is tweaked to 1200 watts. It's basically the rated power equaling the maximum power of 1200 watts, 1200. And we're using a Panasonic battery pack, 21 ampere hours for this type of scooter, which is battery cells that also Tesla uses the 1866. Autonomy of this scooter, due to the form factor, it has a very small battery. Let's show the battery. Alright. It's a very nice battery. You have an indicator on the top. All our scooters are made for charging at home. And you have this very neat Panasonic battery pack. So autonomy, real driving autonomy around 50 kilometers. It depends obviously on your own weight. It depends if you go all the time uphill. It depends on some other factors as well. But we say the average autonomy that you get is about 40 to 50 kilometers depending on your weight. Alright, let's move up next on the line. So one of our hot selling products came out in December 2018, is brand new. It's the M Plus. It's the successor of the M series. We had the M series before, and this is the M Plus, it's the latest version of it. It's a different form factor. We also have it in different colors. Comes also in black, comes in white, comes in blue. And it's a very sleek design. It's a different dashboard, different kind of form factor, but it's very, very popular within the Romanian market so far. A couple of words about the scooter itself. So this one has a maximum power of 1600 watts. Rated power is 1400. It's important to distinguish that for the Romanian market we imported only the highest tier of the products. So there are some versions which are light, which is the 1200 watt edition. But for the Romanian market, if you buy a scooter, and you should only buy it in Romania, if you buy a scooter from Romania, first of all, for the warranty purposes, you get 2 years of warranty. You get the M Plus Sport, because in other markets they sell the lower end version, and we want you to have the highest version. So the M Plus, 1600 watt rate is the max power, 1400 watt is the rated power. Autonomy is really cool. Let me show you the battery. Again, it's a Panasonic battery cell, but this time it's much bigger. There we go. Portable, you can take it out. With an indicator in the top. Shows you your battery status. So the real autonomy that you can expect from this scooter is above 100 kilometers. Actually, it depends also, again, a couple of factors. Do you ride with 2 people? Do you ride with 1 person? But realistic range is 100 kilometers. Sometimes we get more, 100, 110, something like this. The scooter charges in 6 hours, same as the U Pro. Actually, the U Pro charges in 5 hours because it has a smaller battery. But it charges 6 hours the battery to full, and it gives you another autonomy for max 100 kilometers an hour. What is very cool about this scooter also, the safety lights on the side. Especially because nobody can hear you, it's absolutely silent. Yeah? The scooter is completely silent. It does make sense to have a bit of, let's say, visibility, especially at night. And so these lights are on. They look very cool, very stylish product. So then let's move up to the next one. That's the N series. There you go. Accessory optional. We have a lot of accessories. We have rain cover, raincoats, top cases, rain protection, even a winter cover if it's getting cold, so you can drive it also during the winter. Now, we forgot to mention the price. So this one sells at €2,599 including VAT. Again, comes with 2-year warranty. And you can get it in any of our participating dealers. So we have currently dealers in Bucharest, in Constanza, in Timișoara, and we're constantly extending our range. So the N series, a couple of words about, you can see already the form factor, it's different than the M Plus because the M Plus is a bit smaller. It can still perfectly fit 2 people. On the N series you have more space. So you have the back, and also for the M Plus you can take the legs out. So a person that sits behind you can put its foot on the footrest. Let's show this one more time on the M Plus so you don't... You can do the same here on the M Plus. Yeah. All our scooters in the entire NIU universe are for 2 people except of the U Pro. The U Pro is for 1 person. So the N series. N series comes with a 2300 watt max power. Rated power is 1800, and it's supported by 29 ampere hour 60 volt battery pack. This time the battery pack is not underneath the seat, it's underneath the footrest, and that gives you space in the trunk, which we'll get to in a second. The autonomy of the N1S is around 50 to 60 kilometers. It charges also in 6 hours. Let me show you the battery compartment. So here you have space to put some stuff, because this is basically now available since the battery is not anymore under the seat. But let me just open it again by using the key here. This is a safety feature. As a safety feature, to unlock the compartment is basically to open the lid first. You unlock it here. This is just a cover from the protection part, and here's your battery for the N series. Yep. So this model, €2,899, VAT included. Comes in awesome colors, including matte, gray, and black matte finishing, or also glossy. So we have different colors, vibrant colors, depending on how you like it. At the entrance we have the black matte. This one is the gray matte. Alright, let me just put this back, or actually let me leave it here. We go to the next one. So this is our flagship, the NGT. From a form factor, it is similar to the N series. Has a small changes and small upgrades they made. For example, here we have a leather part on top. But what is the most important with regards to the change, besides the color display, I hope the reflection is not so bad because there's a foil on it, is power and autonomy, which is most probably what everybody is the most interested about. So two things first. Based on the Romanian law, for driving an NGT, you need to have a motorcycle license. But we have a backup solution for that. It's called N-Pro, but we get to it a little bit later. So the NGT is powered by a 3,800 watt max power engine from Bosch, and has a rated power of 3,500. The reason why you need more power is to comfortably drive two people around, and to reach speeds up to 90 kilometers per hour. You have the opportunity to extend your range by going in a lower speed mode. We have three different types of driving. You have the saving, dynamic, and sport. But if you go in sport, you have 70 kilometers per hour, up to 80 kilometers, depending on a couple of factors. Autonomy-wise, you have 100 kilometers that you can easily achieve in real-life conditions. There's no marketing ding. 100 kilometers is absolutely doable. The reason why you can do it is because this model comes with two batteries. So, one underneath the seat, and the second battery under the footrest compartment. You can always charge any of the NIU scooters by taking the battery out, because let's be honest, who has the luxury of having a power plug next to your house or your apartment or whatever? So you can always take the batteries out. But if you are lucky and there is a power plug, you can actually charge it directly by just pulling the cable through. I'll show you in a second. So this is the charger. So, and you can actually close it, and nobody can take the cable out. It's very convenient, for example, if you have an office building or an office park where you have a charging outlet outside, you can charge your scooter like this. You don't need to take the batteries out. But if you want to take the batteries out and charge them, you can do this as well. Basically, you take this connector, you plug it in the switch, and then you can charge two batteries at the same time in 3.5 hours fast charging. Although with an autonomy of 100 kilometers and fast charging, it's an absolute flagship. All right. Exactly, so the NGT, the price is 4,500 euro including VAT. Keep in mind that you have two batteries. The most expensive part of an electric scooter is the batteries, ask Tesla. And yeah, it comes with two batteries, 3,800 watt engine, and a lot of cool other features. And as I said before, you need a motorcycle license to drive the NGT, but if you don't have that, then the N-Pro is your best guess. The N-Pro is basically exactly like the NGT. The components are the same, the engine is the same. Now, however, the only difference is that the engine is limited on its output, because you would have to have a motorcycle license if you extend a certain output. So, although it's the same product and exactly the same engine, the actual output that you get from the N-Pro is 3,000. Max power and rated power, all the time. Yeah, so 3,000. You can see the NGT is 3,800 and 3,500, but the output is limited to 3,000. Everything else is the same components, same batteries, two batteries, absolutely the same product. It's just limited. And the difference is that it's limited in speed, so you can only go 50 kilometers per hour with this scooter. However, it comes also with a benefit, because you extend your range dramatically. By limiting the speed to 50 kilometers, we were able to achieve a real autonomy of 145 kilometers with two batteries on a full charge. Now, the most important, NIU is not only a scooter brand, but it's a smart scooter brand. So our scooters are connected, and when I say connected, it means the scooter itself has sensors in it, and those sensors are reporting back. So each scooter has ECU, it's a cloud unit, and it's connected via an LTE SIM card that is hardwired into the scooter. And so you can see here we have a very nice app. It's the NIU app. Yeah, exactly. And you have a lot of information about the scooter. So you have to think it like this. The scooter reports every 5 minutes data back to the servers. And that's very useful because, for example, if you lock the scooter, the N Pro for example, or any of the scooters, and you lock it, if anybody is moving the scooter, you will getting a push notification on your phone. So even if if the scooter is turned off, and if you park it somewhere, if someone is moving your scooter because you're blocking an entrance or anything like that, you will get a notification. So you see, for example, your position of the scooter. It has built-in GLONASS, GPS, and I think the Baidu, it's a different positioning system. So it has multiple versions of positioning systems, including the cell phone triangulation. So, for example, if you are in a garage and you have no network, so you have no GPS signal, I mean, we are here in the exhibition hall, we only have 3 out of 5. But if you're, for example, in the underground parking -5, you definitely have no signal. The cool thing is, due to the built-in SIM card, it still manages to make a triangulation. And it means it will still show you an approximate location of your scooter, so you can always pinpoint it. Now, speaking of security, pretty cool feature. Even if you take the batteries out, don't forget that all of our scooters have a regenerative braking system, so they can get the energy back of when the engine is being moved. Even if you take all the batteries out, if you roll the scooter, it generates enough battery to send a signal to the positioning system, and the server sends back that information to the scooter. To the app. So even if you take the battery out and you move the scooter, let's say theft, you would have an information about where your scooter is. Since all of those scooters are actually required to be driven with a driver license, regular B driver license, you don't need a motorcycle license except of the NGT. Every of the scooter is in the European database registered. So even if someone steals it, it's barely impossible to drive it. Even if you scratch away the serial number, I don't think that even RA in Romania would give you a SIF for that scooter. But it's just an additional safety feature. We have sold already a lot of scooters and we had never had any issues with theft or vandalism or anything like that. Thankfully. And as you can see, it's for all ages, for everyone that wants to be in the sphere of electric. So, one more back to the app. So, for example, you can see here, that's the N Pro. That's exactly the scooter we were talking about. It's fully charged. It gives an estimation of 91 kilometers right now because it takes into consideration your driving habits. I'll give you a weather forecast so you always know if you take the NIU rain cover or not. And then you have also ride statistics. So, yep, there you go. It will show you now in use because the scooter is turned on. But let's take something for demonstration purposes. We can take this one. So this shows you, for example, a test drive of a customer that came to the store and drove all the way back. Or I try this one. There you go. We went from the conference hall, from the exhibition to Dedeman. We had to go to Banyasa Mall, and you see the ride statistic of all the scooters, and you see the distance you've driven, the time it took you, and the calculated average speed. Now keep one thing in mind. Of course, the calculated speed doesn't mean that's what you drove, but also you need to stop at the traffic light, so you can't just keep driving even if it's a red light. So of course it's a calculated value, time divided by distance. Yeah. So the maximum speed that you can achieve on our scooters is 50, except of the NGT, which requires a motorcycle license, and the NGT goes up to 80-90 kilometers per hour. Yeah. Yeah, and that's pretty much the lineup for this year, for 2019, for NIU in Romania. And if you guys want to check it out, if you want to make a test ride, go on niu.com, click on the store finder, or contact us on social media. But we have a store finder where you can find all our dealers in Romania. Currently, we have in Bucharest, we have in Timișoara and in Constanța, and we are expanding our network. And you can schedule a test drive there and take your scooter for a ride.